So if you've ever played Black Ops Zombies, you'll probably be familiar with a very certain rivalry. And this rivalry begins in the starting room. So pretty much in every zombies map, you spawn in with a weak pistol. And normally, you would have 2 weapons on the wall for you to start with. And in Black Ops 1, those weapons were the Olympia and the M14. And people could not decide which one was fucking better.
All know M14 is better than the 2-shot. Shit, M14 to get that point. I mean, look at this. Are you fucking kidding me? 60 points!
So yeah, as you can see, pretty fucking heated debates going on. The general gist of it is that the people, like about 99% of people think the M14 is better. But don't worry, the Olympia lot are still out there. I've got a bollocking from them before. So what I'm going to be doing in this video, I am going to play 2 games of Kino, one using the M14, one using the Olympia. I can only use them, no 1911, no Mustang and Sally, just the M14 or the Olympia, knife and grenades. That is all I can use. Apart from when I down and accidentally use the Mustang and Sally's out of rage. So yeah, let's get in, and I think you'll find that the results are quite surprising, to be fair.
You can't do killing dogs, you can't kill dogs with an M14, you need an Olympia.
So the first one coming up is the 2-pump chump, the Olympia. Now, let me say, I was struggling by round 5. But by round 5, I did eventually have enough to open up the entire map to get power on. So, it's not too bad so far. I feel like it makes my situation any better, because at this pace I feel like I'm gonna get Pack-a-Punch and Jug by round fucking 15. Round 6 surprisingly wasn't a dog round, but it doesn't mean it was any less boring. Like, look at this. How can you say this is fucking fun gameplay? Alright, I will admit weakness. Yep, I went down on round 6, but I had the Olympia, no Jug, and to be honest, joke's on me for trying to use the Olympia like a normal gun. You have to be extra careful with this piece of fucking shit. So the inevitable happened, and round 7 was the dog round, and to be fair, the Olympia did the job. The Olympia did the job, and I was kind of scared because I had no Jug, but you know what? The Olympia actually kind of delivered on this round, so you know what? That is something I can confidently say. The Olympia will fuck the dogs up for the most part. Bitch! Going into round 8, I just felt a feeling of dread, because at this point the Olympia is taking a good 2 to 3 shots to kill a single zombie. So, and I'm far away from Pack-a-Punch as it is, but I also don't have Jug, so I have to make a decision if I want Jug or to get Pack quicker. One thing I never really liked about Kino was how much Nova Crawlers there are, but I learned to appreciate them, because using the M14 and the Olympia, you learn to use them, because when you do kill them, when they explode, they do kill nearby zombies, and anything to just kill faster. I will take anything. After a quick rotation around the map, I decided to go get Jug, and this filled me up with a bit of confidence, but also pissed me off because I realised it would take a good round or 2 to get enough for Pack-a-Punch. Around halfway through round 10, I had enough to get Pack-a-Punch, and this was the biggest relief off my shoulders, because while the Olympia lacks in pretty much everything, it does deliver with the Pack-a-Punch.
One of the most terrifying pieces of machinery ever made.
Alright, that is a bit of an overreaction. It's not that good, but for a shitty little starting room shotgun, it's pretty decent. Pack-a-Punch. This thing one-shots until like, I think round 18 or 19, something like that. And for a starting room weapon, when you Pack-a-Punch it, that isn't half bad, you know. So the Olympia definitely gets some points up for the Pack-a-Punch version. I mean, I don't know why. It's not like any sane person is going to Pack-a-Punch this in a normal game. So the next couple of rounds, the Olympia was actually holding up quite good, and it was still like doing consistent one-shots, which was actually fucking surprising. But on round 16, I came face to face with a problem which is bound to happen when you're just using the Olympia by itself. And that is not having enough points to buy ammo. But at least it was a dog round, so what I did, I ended up buying the Bowie knife to take care of the dogs. Because I can still use melees, that was in the rules. Not like anyone cares, right, but let's continue.
You can't.
After a long and uncomfortable time of just knifing dogs, I did manage to complete the round. On round 19, I made quite a terrifying revelation. It was no longer a one shot. My god, it's round 8 all over again. But the damage drop off was a lot more easy to deal with, since when you pack punch it, the shotgun spread becomes a lot more. So you're technically damaging more zombies quicker. So the next couple of rounds weren't too much of a problem, they were just sort of steady going, sort of the same. After using the Olympia for about an hour, I just got used to the slow killing and backing up everywhere, having to find an exact precise place to shoot, but I mean it's a pattern, you can get into it. It's round 23 and an insta kill, and it just gave me a rush of adrenaline, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to go activate the Easter egg song. Not like the insta kill changed anything because it ran out it ran out like as soon as I got there. But no bother, because in true Easter egg song fashion, it gave me plot armor. So now let's just sit back, relax, and enjoy these plays. So a few rounds passed, I noticed that a pattern was happening, and I'll show you what that pattern is. Using the Olympia, you make no profit. With a full Olympia, and it not one-shotting, you can't make 4,500 points with one like full Olympia. Which is going to prove to be a problem, a really big problem going forward. But you know what, let's not dwell on the negatives right now. I mean, let's just appreciate that the Olympia is still like constantly killing on round 27. I mean, that is something to... Oh, I suck. And yeah, I did use the 1911, so what? I mean, come on, it's instinct. Out of rage, you have to spam it, otherwise you're just not a normal person. But yeah, the worst part about this down isn't about losing my perks or anything, it's the fact I have to buy them back. And the fact is, I'm not even making profit anyway, so I just, over the rounds, I slowly watch my money just decrease by about 2,000 each time I need to buy ammo. And to show how bad this is my points on round 30 after I had to buy some ammo. A good amount, you know, 11k. And these are my points on round 32. Big difference, right, for a short amount of time. So on round 33, the inevitable happened, and my third and final down. Considering I only used the Olympia, I'm quite impressed I actually made it that far. I mean, yeah, the early down was a bit of a cock-up, but don't worry, that that doesn't change. But for the Olympia, it definitely surprised me. It was better than I thought it was going to be. 2.5 gold stars out of 5. Well done, Olympia.
M14 gang! M14 gang!
We must find the switch if we are to...
Well, the moment you've all been waiting for, the M14 round. This time I managed to get the doors open to power by the start of round 5, where with the Olympia it was at the end of round 5. And with the Olympia I had some double points where I didn't with the M14. Showing how better the M14 is at making money. But I forgot the M14's greatest weakness.
I think there are dogs coming now!
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock!
This might just be a skill issue, but killing the dogs with an M14 is quite a task. And well, I'm not proud to say it, but again, another early down. I guess that's something what the M14 and the Olympia have in common. You will get early downs if you keep on trying to use them. Fuck it, maybe I just need to get better, which is which is probably the solution. But yeah, I only survived this round to the last bullet, literally the last bullet. If I missed that, I would have been fucked.
I'm touching myself tonight.
In my opinion, you could constantly use the M14 to at least round 8 or 10, like Unpack-a-Punch. But the dogs just make it like you need a second gun. And when you have a second gun, what's probably better, there's no need to use the M14. But moving on from that, it does make quick work of zombies, and it does give you a lot of money too, so you know, pluses and minuses. And I managed to get Jug and Pack-a-Punch by round 9, which I think for the Olympia it was at round 10, so a whole round earlier, so it's not that bad. But still, even Pack-a-Punch, the M14 is atrocious against the dogs. I guess no matter what, the dogs will always be the M14's greatest weakness. Other than that, it's still a decent gun.
Why is he still coming?
You can't do killing dogs. You can't kill dogs with an M14. You need an Olympia.
I'm sorry to say this, mate, but it is true. The M14 is wank against the dogs. Listen, I don't want to sound like I'm complimenting the Olympia here, but it is a genuine point. Don't try and kill the dogs with an M14, or maybe it's just my aim. It's probably just my aim. Yeah, that's probably it. The next few rounds went quite smoothly. I was making a lot of points, and I was going to go to buy ammo, but then after the Olympia game I had, my brain instinctively made me buy the Olympia, so I had to buy it. So I had to buy the M14 back and Pack-a-Punch it again, which was slightly annoying, waste of points, but it wasn't that bad because you actually make money with the M14. So you know what, it's not that bad of a loss. Moving up in the rounds, I was still constantly killing zombies. Probably not as easy as the Olympia, but still killing them quite easy. Like, not that much hard work going into this. Just tap firing. It's weird because knowing Black Ops 1's gun roster, you probably know that they aren't the best, and even the two starting weapons, they are pretty decent until about round 20, which is actually like surprising considering how, well, let's face it, bad most of the guns are in this game. On round 21, my second down happens. It's always in this part of the stage. That's what I'm getting. It's always this part of the stage. But yeah, due to the M14 being able to make a good amount of points, I managed to recover quite smoother. If you're wondering why the M14 section is a bit more chopped up than the Olympia version and shorter, it's just because it's more of the same gameplay. They're both quite similar gameplay-wise. Just one of them is just tap firing, the other one's shoot, shoot, reload, shoot, shoot, reload. Around round 24, 25, 26 is when you can really start to tell how weak the M14 is getting. But it is still killing, and obviously for a Black Ops 1 gun, killing decently at round 26 isn't too bad. It's just that you have to buy ammo a lot when you're using this gun, even more than the Olympia. But yeah, in a normal game, I think you could completely use this thing until about round 25. I wouldn't say that for the Olympia because you're just burning points when using the Olympia. I wouldn't take it past round 25, but other than that, it's a solid point weapon and it's good for dealing damage as well. You'll just have to buy ammo a lot.
No! No! No!
Yep, well, I downed around 30, and well, my dumbass thinking I can get Juggernog in time, that sealed the deal, and I died at round 30. Yeah, the Olympia did take me further, but it was more easier with the M14, so I think it's time to compare the two. Alright, let's get started. Olympia, the pros are definitely the Pack-a-Punch. The fact that this thing got me to round 33 has to be acknowledged. By round 33 it was a 4-shot, but I mean, that's quite impressive for a Black Ops 1 shotgun. Another pro has to be it's really good against the dogs. For the most part, the dogs were not an issue, which is something I can't say for the M14. But for me, that is where the pros end. I know I was complimenting it quite a lot, but that's because I was actually quite surprised of how good the damage was. But overall, if you don't have speed code with this thing, you are fucked. So a con of it is definitely the reloading. That is definitely a con. Another con I'll give is if you're trying to use this thing past round 6 and it's not Pack-a-Punch, you will have a hard time. A wet fart will do more damage to the zombies, I'll tell you that now. And probably the biggest con is how much money you lose. Losing this thing is actually burning your money away, so that's something about, that's to say something about it. So combining all these factors, I think overall a good 5 out of 10 is reasonable for the Olympia. It's not too awful, but it's really not great. Next up on the chopping block is the old reliable M14. The two pros I'm giving the M14 is definitely how much money you make, because using the M14 with a double points and a couple insta kills, you are swimming in it, mate. And the next pro is the damage. It's decent on Pack-a-Punch and Pack-a-Punch. This damage, it does alright until about the mid-20s, which for Black Ops 1 gun, that's the standard anyway. And the big con I'm going to have to give it is that it is so shit against dogs. Pack-a-Punched and unpack-a-punch, this thing, it will never be good against dogs. So if you're going to take this thing past round 10, at least have a secondary weapon with you for the dog rounds. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about the M14. Overall, I'd give it a 7 out of 10. Pretty decent. Yeah, you can call me biased because I am M14 gang, but this is just my experience using the two. So the question at the end of the day, which one is really the correct choice? None. What you really should be doing is just using the 1911 and the knife until you have enough to get the box or a decent SMG. Grow up!